Good morning. Let me try to make sure I am live on Twitter. I am currently live in DDP's gym. All right. Well, I think it's kind of up and live. What's up, Ethan? Hey, Ethan, is it up on my Twitter feed now that I did that post? Anyways, we've got about 45 minutes, and I'm here in Diamond Dallas Page's gym. Dallas is maybe one of the nicest people I've ever met, been an incredible host. And it was incredible watching Frank do DDP yoga yesterday. Absolutely shocked Dallas with his flexibility, dexterity. It was really impressive. Today we're going to drive to Tampa. So I've got another 5.5 hour drive ahead. So I had to make sure I got up early today to get a nice stretch and lift, because I've driven like 20 hours in the last couple days. Got to make sure I don't get too stiff or sore. And how about Frankie boy coming in at the 270s yesterday? Unbelievable. Ethan, am I live up on Twitter? So what we're going to really do today is an upper body pump with some yoga mixed in. Yeah, this house is on the beach in Panama City Beach, and it's unbelievably beautiful. All the facilities you can imagine. Frank was loving it. And the night before we stayed at a $100 hotel. That was pretty terrible. So one thing I do a ton at home, but not as much in my own gym, you see behind me on the right, is the bouncy ball. Thanks, Ethan. So in my apartment, I had a bouncy ball forever. When I was in sales, I always sat on one like Dwight Schrute because there isn't quite anything like the bouncy ball to be able to just start hammering out ab work with virtually no impact. You can really just get into it, which I really like. This gym is so cool. There's an iconic picture there of when DDP won the World Heavyweight title. I mean, it's so cool to be around someone that was at the pinnacle of what they did. We watched the clip yesterday of DDP in the ring getting jumped by Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Macho Man, Kevin Nash, literally just a who's who of the absolute legends. And then Sting comes flying down from the ceiling with his bat, starts kicking ass to save DDP, and then grabs DDP, hooks him into his harness, takes him up to the rafters with him. And Dallas told us that he refused to do any rehearsals. He didn't like the idea, but he wasn't going to be a pussy about it. And he did it once and once only. He told the WCW guys, today I'm Frank Sinatra. You're going to get one take. So when Sting hooked him up to the thing and shot him right back up to the ceiling, DDP was first time ever going up on a zip wire, probably fucking terrified. pretty amazing. Those guys in the 90s, different culture. All right, I like leaning forward on the ball. You can see my butt's right on the edge, touching toes, come up to our feet. I'll show you the painting I was talking about. Look at this gorgeous thing. You got your title belts, unbelievable. I told DDP, when I think about my dream house one day, this is pretty damn close to it. This would be my rough and rowdy belt. Also want to give a big shout out to Noble, new sponsor of multiple Frank entities, including Frank Walks, and they were nice enough to send me these Noble shoes, which I honestly love. I'm not just wearing them. Really nice for like, if you're just doing a lift, if you're just going for a walk, easy Florida days, although we are getting a lot of shit done. But the shoes look good, in my opinion, and they're very comfortable. So that's what we call 2 for 2. Going through our balance. Stretching out the back before another 5-hour car ride is definitely of optimal importance here. So I do want to do my pretzel stretches. Also the legs, the hips. So it gets stiff when you're driving, stuck in one spot. I will say though, Frank has been magnanimous throughout the trip. Some blow-ups about his sports teams, but nothing serious. And the system that we're using, because we're doing this out of pocket, this is kind of a workation. We didn't get denied budget or anything. We just didn't even submit it. We just wanted to have total freedom to do what we want. But Frank did agree to pay gas the whole way because I'm driving, which is nice because it's like a free trip to Florida. You just got to drive. But the cool thing about driving that I think a lot of people forget is you can really enjoy a nice long road trip with a couple good stops. We went to a Revolutionary War battlefield and we visited my alma mater. Not to mention Frank and I have been to more than half the country together now in just 3 years, really 2 years of work traveled on the books. But we hit some new states, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama. We're so deep in the panhandle, we hit Alabama on the way in. Oh, I'm so glad I woke up early. I was really tired and slept a lot, but with this gym, you gotta take advantage. There's really no choice. All right, let's start pumping up. God, Frank is in the 270s. And it's not like he came in at 279.8 either. He came in at 276.8. Fucking badass. Just do it like this. This is such a proper gym, it's wild. We're also actually in the central time zone, believe it or not. We're just over the border. So we gained an hour coming here, but today when we go to Tampa, we're going to actually lose an hour. Which made it make even more sense to get up early and leave early, which Frankie Boy agreed with. Now that he's so much skinnier and so much more energy, waking up early has become a very much more normal thing for him. Just banging out curls, man. Old as the old lift itself. One thing I said to Frank last night was a lot of gyms, I think, especially commercial gyms, will actually lie about the weight. This is a heavy accusation, no pun intended, so I'm not sure if it's true. But when I come to a private gym like this at DDP's house, world champion, when I'm doing triceps pull down, right now I've been on just 10 pounds. 10 pounds here feels like 30 to 40 pounds at my gym. And I think this is just the pure normal raw weight. When Frank was doing his pump last night, he does a lot of his stuff on the 30, 40 pound area. And we had to lower it. And I did a tricep set on 20 pounds, and I felt a great burn by the hammer, by the skull crushes rather. I said to Frank, I was like, this is probably the real number because I'm with you. It feels harder than back home. Can you flex? I mean, I kind of am with every rep. With every rep I take. Blue sweat shoes and boarded the plane. Walking in my own fun. Oh, I love this gym. I don't want to be rude or anything, but considering asking Dallas if I can just live here when he's not here. I'll show you guys that poster too. Goldberg, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, Sting, Vader, Scott Hall, the Giant, Nash, Hogan, Flair, Luger, Booker T, Mach. Feels good. Good burning the old abs. Come back up. Let's get a little shoulder action. So we got good stretch, good biceps, good triceps. I'm gonna grab 12 pounders because that shows how thorough Dallas's gym is. 12 pounders. Overhead press. It's 15. Lat raises. Look at this gnarly poster. This whole gym is so cool. It's got everything. Having my first ever Body Armor Flash IV with caffeine but no sugar. Gotta say, it's kind of nice. Because I'm really running on no sleep. So this is like both hydrating me and getting me a little bit wired up here. So we're going from our curls to our triceps to our pull-ups to our sit-ups to our press and lats. Getting that nice, complete upper body pump. I already feel sweat breaking. We're obviously working our way through our variants. So your regular curl, palm faces the ceiling. Hammer curl, palms are parallel to one another. And the reverse curl where your palms facing the ground as you go up. It's going to work all the different parts of your biceps, which of course is plural. There's more than one muscle, not meaning on each arm, within each arm. That's why you want to hit different motions. It's not that one's better than the other. In fact, the difficulty will be based on how strong each of those individual bicep muscles are for you. Back to triceps. Saying, maybe I'll be back someday. Through a second set of pull-ups. We're going to go for 5 slow ones with our knees elevated. Under control, all the way up, all the way down. Quality reps over volume. I really like these nobles. Get the noble in the shot, Jenks. A little product placement. It must be the shoes. This is basically a burnout of just, it's like getting little jabs to your abs. It's one of the things I used a lot in college that really helped build the base of my sit-ups. And the key with the bouncy balls, if you have it in your apartment, your office, wherever, it becomes so easy to just do these regularly, like throughout the day. It doesn't need to be in the middle of your workout. All right. Grab our 12 pounders. Lightweight, but perfect form and under control. It's 10. Third time around now. Can't be soft when you're working out in a world champion's gym. '90s wrestlers are different too. I mean, they were just on buses with no internet, shows 365. Getting their headshots with chairs. Absolute animals. And it's great to see DDP's not just doing so well himself, but with DDP Yoga, he's taking care of a lot of people, helping a lot of people. And we could see it yesterday. If you look at the highlight reel I posted from Frank Walks of them doing DDP Yoga moves yesterday. It was unbelievable to see how great Frank was at it right away. And equally unbelievable to see how great DDP is as an instructor. Not just being an expert and knowing what he's leading you through, which is the bare minimum, but much more importantly, his enthusiasm, his energy. He was infectious. He had Frank just so fired up, so excited to be doing what he was doing. No going through the motions. And the moves were great because I learned a ton too in terms of beginner yoga, some of the tricks to make moves that you can't really do right away, how to work into them. Everything from using a chair and being on a tilt on your feet, working the down dog, up dog motions, to even just if you're a big person, how to get up and down from the ground in a more healthy way by taking a step up very strategically with your body position, opposed to just kind of pulling or pushing yourself up. And Frank figured it out after DDP showed him a couple times very quickly, and then he was doing it by last night when we were lifting. So it was a direct life was affected in our one session. Oh, I did this out of order, got extra sit-ups, but I owe one more set of pull-ups, our third set. Again, going for 5 quality reps. Sun's coming up. Always feels good when you're already pumped as the sun rises. Again, we're 1 hour behind you. Bend our knees. It's all about the form. All the way up, all the way down. 3, 4, 5. All right, last one on our shoulders. Starting with a straight press. Woo! All right. As I mentioned before, I've driven a good 20 hours in the last couple of days. So today I got another 5-hour drive. Really want to make sure my legs, my hips, my lower back are as loose as I can get them. Now that we have a nice pump, we're going back to stretching that out. Oh yeah, so sorry for schedule, guys. We're going to the USF game tonight, University of Central Florida, Coach Hodgkinson. And then we're actually not going to go to Port St. Lucie because that would have added another 2 days of driving. Instead, we're going to be in Tampa for the weekend. We're going to get some great content, do some different stuff leading to the Yankees game Sunday, and then we're also going to go to the Yankee games Monday. What am I saying? Yankees. Mets game Sunday, and then Mets Yankees Sunday, and then Mets Monday. And then we're going to head back to New York. Frank saw there was a huge snowstorm, and I convinced him, losing most of a day, to get to Port St. Lucie and back. It's a little silly. What I really sold him on is we're going to try to go get dolphins. Not like capture them, but go see them in the wild. Getting loosening up that back. Yeah, we're going to fix the windshield. That was scary, man. We were in South Carolina. I can't remember where we were, but the speed limit was like 70, so most of the cars were going 90. And out of nowhere, I mean, I guess Frank and I both saw it, so that was good. And honestly, credit to me for not panicking. I get real calm when something happens. But a huge shard of rock or something came pummeling off the truck, skidded off the ground, and it was going so fast it like shot back up in the air and hit the windshield right in front of my face as we were going full speed on the highway. But luckily nothing horrible happened. It was fucking scary though. It felt like we got like shot. It was like pop. And we kind of looked at each other like, oh shit. All right, I want to get one more tricep. See if Frank's awake. What a great pump this morning. Broke a full sweat. Whew. Let's do another set of pull-ups. Whew. All right, guys, we're going to get moving to Tampa. Absolutely fantastic workout. I think I've got to end it with the title belts behind me quite naturally. That's a closing shot right there. Whew. So we're off to Tampa tonight, USF, Mets Sunday, Mets Monday. We're going to try to find some Dolphins too. Thank you to DDP. Unbelievable gym, unbelievable visit, unbelievable workout. But now it's time to go on to the next adventure. Enjoy the day, make the most of it, live it up. Love you guys.